Welcome back to the channel. This is Andrew. It's Running with Dr. Andrew. Today I'm doing a 7-mile easy run. Yesterday I got done running 17 miles and then a 2-mile easy run, so altogether 19 miles. And just kind of take it easy. Might do later on a 5-mile run on the treadmill, and then next week we're going to start another week. Maybe start doing some tempo runs around midweek or so, doing some speed work, and again try to get in a long run. Next week's a little hard just because of Christmas and things like that. And also I've got to work on Christmas Day and the day after. So that's the weekend, and it's a little hard for me to get some of the miles that I need in. And then, like I said, I'm going to try to do some speed work as well. I might be doing some speed work more on the treadmills more than on the track, just because of time and not be able to get to the track whenever I need to. And today, so I'd like to talk to you about running stride and overstriding, how important it is not to overstride. And you want to make sure that you are landing right in front of you. So you want to make sure that you're landing right in front of your hips. You're going to get all of your stride off the push off. And so the overstriding, if you heel strike too far in front of you, that may cause increased pressure on your knees and your hips and cause increased pronation. Now, it doesn't mean you can't land on your heels. I think that's okay. Some people are heel strikers, some people are forefoot strikers. Shoes nowadays are designed for you to land on your heels, so we're probably all mostly heel strikers. But you want to make sure that you're not landing in front of you, way in front of you, and that's going to cause more pain. And you want to be able to enjoy the sport long term, so I think that's important to try to work on your stride. So running stride, does that matter what your running stride looks like? Is it, if you overstride, or if you're, if you're bounding? Those are the two types that can cause injuries to your lower extremities, your back, or even all the way up to your neck as well. So I think it's very important to have that. And so overstriding, what we're looking at is not necessarily heel strike. I think it's okay to heel strike, but I don't think it's good if you heel strike beyond where your hips are at. So make sure that when you're running, that you don't strike beyond your hips. So you want to be able to land within your center of mass, and that's going to help you propel backwards. That's where your propulsion is going to get from. If you land forward, that's going to slow your momentum down. So it's not necessarily an injury issue. Also, maybe more of an efficiency issue, in that while running, you're not going to be as efficient compared to if you're landing within your center of mass, meaning you're going to land right where your hips are at. And again, you can land on your forefoot, on your heels, anywhere with that. Mostly, your elite athletes are going to be more of a hill forefoot striker compared to, we're definitely, a lot of us are not being paid to do all the running. So definitely, I think it's okay if you've been a hill striker, keep running, striking with your heels. But also if you're, definitely just want to make sure you're not overstriding there. And again, that can cause some issue. And also, you make sure that you're not bounding, meaning you're spending a lot of time up in the air, and that you're, that's the propulsion going up is more of an efficient issue. Again, going up, bounding is more of an efficient issue compared to, also it can be an injury issue as well. So when you're bounding up, you're landing on the other leg, and typically you're going to be bounding and overstriding at the same time. And again, that's going to increase the torque and the pressure on your knees and hips and potentially cause injuries. And so you're going to be efficiency. And also with running, and again, I'll give you guys a description of my gait. It's not the best gait, but I can kind of give you an idea of what it should kind of look like, and definitely increase frequency can help out, increase your hip activation, which is very important for running. Those hips are very powerful and they're meant to do what they're to do is running. So definitely our bodies, we used to do a lot of running for hunting and things like that, gathering, and so definitely I think those muscles are designed to do that, and so we do a lot of sitting. So a lot of sitting, we get tight in the front part of our hips and get weak in the back part of our hips. So those are very important for us to train and get stronger. Is definitely be more efficient with those. And also you want to increase your frequency of stride and land right around your hips or so. That's going to definitely help you out with your running gait. And so here's some exercises that you can do to help out with your running gait. And one thing that you can do is lean up against a wall, and then you bring your knee up. And so leaning forward is going to get you that momentum that you need. Not necessarily leaning forward at the trunk, but more at the ankles at this one exercise. And then you're going to raise up your knee. And you can do switch legs quickly, do a couple of quick steps. You're going to do just more of an activity to do while running, before, a little warm up before you go running. And also you can do just a little bit of marching in place. And then you do some exercises where you bring your knee up. You can do a crossing your leg over, and we call it external rotation, bring up. And while you do this before you do any type of running warm up, maybe doing some gentle pawing at the ground. It's going to help while you're landing your foot right where your hips, so that way you get that memory of running. And so how you get this, what you can do is with a workout is maybe the last, you're running 3 miles for example, and then the last maybe for the first day, the last couple minutes, 3 minutes of your run, work on landing right where your hips are at, increasing your frequency. So it's going to take a little bit of time to kind of change those habits, so you don't do it all at once, and so you can gradually increase it. So the next day maybe do 4 or 5 minutes and gently increase your time that you're working on this game. Eventually, when you change, it's going to become more of a memory thing. It's taken me a while from going from overstrider and bounder to doing increased frequency. And so it takes a little bit of time, a little bit of work to kind of get to that point of getting a better, more efficient gait, so that way you're a faster runner, a healthier runner. And that way you can, if you're a healthier runner, you'll be able to run and do the sport a lot longer, and have fun with it too. So definitely it's not fun when you're injured. And I know how it is. If you're injured, you can't get out running. It's kind of a little depressing. So you want to get out and be the best runner that you can be. So I hope everyone can take all these points and take it to your running, and I hope it helps you out. It's helped me out as a runner too, changing my gait a little bit, so that way I'm more of an efficient runner as well as a healthier runner, and that I can run every day if I need to at all different speeds, and still be able to run healthy and enjoy the sport and enjoy the things that we enjoy as runners. So I hope everyone keeps safe out there, keep running, and we'll see you next time.